Welcome everyone to Dreamacademiá. So from today onwards we will start limits. Okay. Now we have completed functions and now we will start limits. So in theory there is a lot of things that what is a limit and how is a limit calculated and all those things. But since this is a crash course, so we will only discuss about the important formulas which will be required for solving questions, and then we will solve the questions. Okay. So in limit, first of all, we will be discussing about the indeterminate forms. That is, whenever these indeterminate forms will arise, then you have to find the limits. If the function is continuous at a point a, suppose the f of x is continuous at a, and you have to find limit extends to a, and f of x is continuous at a, then the limit will simply be f of a. You don't have to think much. But if the limit tends to 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, any of these forms, that is the indeterminate forms, then we have to know how to solve the question. So we will discuss each of these forms. 8 indeterminate forms. There are 8 indeterminate forms. We will discuss each one of them, how to solve. There are different methods and techniques. So first we will be discussing about 0 by 0 forms and questions on this form only. Now some people will say that if 0 by 0 is an indeterminate form, infinity by infinity is an indeterminate form, then why not infinity by 0? This can also be an indeterminate form, right? But you can see that this can be broken into infinity into 1 by 0, that is equals to infinity into infinity. So yeah, that is one of the indeterminate forms, number 8, infinity into infinity. So yeah, that is also an indeterminate form. Infinity by 0 is also an indeterminate form. Okay, now we will discuss about some standard limits which we will directly use. We will bring the expression in this form and we will directly use the values. So these are the formulas. Limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, tan x by x is 1, x to the power n minus a to the power n by x minus a is n a to the power n minus 1, and limit x tends to 0, a to the power x minus 1 by x is ln a, and limit x tends to 0, ln 1 plus x by x equals to 1. Okay, now a very important rule, that is the Lopital's rule, and this is pronounced as L'Hopital's, don't pronounce it as LHospital. This is Lopital's rule. Okay, this is a very important rule in limits. Okay, and we will discuss it now. So what does it say? It says that if the limit is of the form 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, then if you have to find the limit x tends to a f of x by g of x, where f of x tends to 0 as x tends to a and g of x also tends to 0 as x tends to a, then this can be written as limit x tends to a f dashed x by g dashed x. Now this is applicable for both 0 by 0 and infinity by infinity form only. As you have seen, there are 8 determinate forms, 8 indeterminate forms. Out of these, only when it is 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity you can apply L'Hopital's, otherwise you cannot. Infinity by 0 form, in this form you cannot apply L'Hopital's. Okay, so suppose that after taking the first derivative, even this is giving 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, then again you can further take the derivative, the second order derivative, and again if this comes out to be 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, you can again take the third derivative. Okay, so it will continue until you get the proper form, until the 0 by 0 form is removed. Okay, so this is the L'Hopital's rule. Now actually you can see here that all the standard limits, that is sin x by x and all these things, they come by L'Hopital's rule only. See, sin x by x is 0 by 0, so if you differentiate it, it will be cos x by 1, and where limit x tends to 0, so that would be equals to 1. Similarly, all the rest, since these all are 0 by 0 form, you can directly apply Lopital and find out the result. Okay, so even if you forget, you can use Lopitals. So this is very, very important rule. Double star. We will discuss about some of the methods to find limits. That is, this all methods by factorization, rationalization, standard limits, Lopitals, all are applicable for 0 by 0 forms. Now, sometimes it will be very much difficult to find the limit by Lopitals. Okay, it can be difficult. It will be becoming very clumsy. Suppose you have a big trigonometric expression and some composite function. Okay, so it will be very clumsy. So that you should always try the other three methods. Okay. So now we will start solving the questions. Okay, so this is the first question. As you can see that first of all, you see which form it is. When it extends to 2a, this will be 0 by 0, 0 by 0 form, right? So I can use any of the above forms, but if I use L'Hopital's, I have to take derivative. This is a derivative in which has some square root functions, so again it will be clumsy. So I will try by, first of all, I will try by factorization. So this cannot be factorized because nothing can be taken common or out of the roots. So now as you can see, there are roots, that is irrational things. So I will start and I will think of rationalization. So if you find out some kind of irrational things in the question, try rationalization. So I will rationalize this part. Okay, so if I rationalize that, it will be x minus 2a pi x under root x plus under root 2a. Over here also I'm multiplying and dividing thing. So I will first of all, if you can understand, if I separate this thing like this and I will rationalize now. Okay, yeah. So now what will do, I will okay, I'm just operating this equation right now. Suppose this thing, x square minus 4a square, what is this, x plus 2a into x minus 2a, isn't it, this thing? So limit extends to 2a, I'm doing a step jump. If I break this, it will be under root of, and under root would be under root of x plus 2a into under root x minus 2a, and x minus 2 will get cancelled and this will be under root x plus 2a plus, over here again I will break this thing similarly. So it will be under root x minus 2a into under root x minus a, and one under root will be getting cancelled from the numerator, and it will be under root x minus 2a by under root x plus under root 2a into under root x plus 2a. Okay, now after doing this, you will check that whether still it is of the form 0 by 0 or not. So I will break the limits, that is limit x tends to a f of x plus g of x is limit x tends to a f of x plus limit x tends to a g of x, that is under root x minus 2a I under root x plus 2a into under root x plus a x plus 2a. So here you can see that this becomes 0, this entire thing. becomes 0. Okay, this entire things becomes 0 because over here this numerator will become 0 and only this part will be remaining. And if you put limit, and this function is continuous at x equals to 2a, so it will become under root 2a plus 2a, that is 4a, that is equals to 1 by 2 root a. Okay, so your option will be C. Fine. Okay, next question. Over here also you can see that this is a 0 by 0 form. So this will be done by factorization. So first I will see that whether factorization can be done or not. Yes, I can factorize this actually. Now I can tell this by seeing, because I have practiced a lot of questions, and also you have to do the same. You have to practice a lot of questions. So let me take minus log only. You have to practice a lot of questions, so that just by seeing you can recognize and you can solve. So I will break this. Actually, x tends to 1 is the thing. So x tends to 1 is the limit. So basically x minus 1 tends to 0, right? So this is the factor. This factor should be removed from the question. So x cube minus 1 can be broken into x minus 1 into x square plus 1 plus x. So, and over here also this can be broken into x minus 1 into x plus 1. So if I take x minus 1 common from the entire thing, then it will be x square plus 1 plus x minus log x into x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x minus 1. So I could remove this factor from the entire expression. So now my function is actually not having any discontinuity, this thing at x equals to as x tends to 1. So it will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, and log 1 is 0 into 2 by 2. So this is 0, so it will be equals to 3 by 2. So this is your answer. What is the option? There is no option. So yeah, this is the answer, 3 by 2. Okay, good. Next question. Next question is also of the form 0 by 0. Yeah, this is also of the form 0 by 0, and you can actually apply L'Hopital's to this question, but you can see that in the denominator it is sine to the power 4. Okay, fourth power of sine. So you can understand that it is going to be, you have to kind of differentiate it 4 times or 5 times. So that is like fifth order derivative of this function is really difficult. So I will think of it different. I will try to bring it in one of the standard results form. So you have to know a lot of trigonometry, and as you can see that 1 minus cos x. So you can understand, an intuition will say you that cos 2x, 1 minus cos 2x is equals to 2 sine square x by 2. That is 2 sine square x. So over here in place of 2x it is x. So I can write this as 1 minus cos 2 sine square x by 2 pi sine to the power 4x. Fine. Now I can again this entire thing 1 minus cos of this, if I take this to be theta, then again this is 1 minus cos theta, that can be written as 2 sine square theta by 2. So I can write this as 2 sine square theta by 2, that is sine square x by 2, because this is theta. If I take sine square x by 2 as theta, then this is 1 minus cos 2 theta can be written as 2 sine square theta by 2, that is 2 sine square theta. Now over denominator you have sine to the power 4x. Okay, now if I divide the numerator and denominator by x to the power 4, then what I will get? Limit x tends to 0, 2 sine square x by 2 by x to the power 4 by sine x by x whole to the power 4. Okay, I can write this. So that will be equals to limit x tends to 0. So limit x tends to 0 f of x by g of x can be written as limit x tends to 0 f of x by limit x tends to 0 g of x. So the denominator will become 1 because this is one of the standard results, right? So it will be 2 sine square x by 2 by x to the power 4 by 1. Okay, now I have no space, so I will write this side. Okay, now this can be written as limit x tends to 0. See, I am taking the 2 outside. 2 into, I have to basically bring that sine x by x form. So I can write this as sine of sine square x by 2, and if I have to bring sine x by x form, then I will divide it by sine square x by 2. And since I have given one extra sine square x by 2, I have to multiply 1 in the numerator to sine square x by 2, and to bring this sine square x by 2 again in the form sine x by x, what I will do, I will put 1 x square by 4, that is x by 2 whole square, and again since I have put one extra x square by 4 term, I have to multiply here with 4. Okay, so this is the entire thing. Now as I will do the steps. I have no space, but still, see, this is sine x by x form, so it will be 1, right? So this thing becomes 1. Okay, now over here, this is again sine x by x. So there will be one whole square also because sine square. Okay, so this thing will become 1. This entire thing will become 1. And over here, what you will have, here also it will become sine x by 2 by x by 2 whole square, so it will also become 1. So you will have 1 by 4 whole square. Okay, so that would be equals to, so this is again a number, so this would be equals to 2 by 16, that is 1 by 8. So the correct option will be option C. So I hope you have understood. I am telling it once again. Once you have done until here, you are getting this expression. You have to bring this whole expression as in terms of sine x by x. So I have done like this. I have to break it such that I get sine x by x everywhere, so that it reduces to 1 and I get the answer final. Okay, this was a tricky question, and still it has less number of steps. If you would have done it by using L'Hopitals, it would have been taking more number of steps, and you have limited amount of time for WebG, so you have to always choose the shortest method. Okay, now next question is from WebG 2009. This is this is easy question. In this question you can apply L'Hopitals because this is not a very difficult or big function. The denominator will be becoming easy. It is also of the form 0 by 0. I hope you understood, and I will differentiate it. So it will be cos e to the power x minus 1 into e to the power x minus 1 I 1 by x, so into x. So now it is reduced, it has no discontinuity, no indeterminate form is been created again. So as x tends to 1, it will be cos 0 into e to the power 0 into 1, that is equals to 1. So this is an easy question. Answer is 1. Next question is from WebG 2010. So over here, this is the limit. Limit x tends to 5, x f of 5 minus 5 f of x by x minus. So this is also of the form 0 by 0, because 5 into 7 and 5 into 7, 5 into 7, 5 into 7 by 5 minus 5. So this is also of the form 0 by 0. So you can use L'Hopital's. You can use L'Hopital's over here. So it will be limit x tends to 5. Differentiate this. First term will be equals to f of 5 minus 5 f dash x by 1. Now this is no longer in any 0 by 0 form, so directly you can put the value, that is f of 5 minus 5 f dashed 5, that is equals to 7 minus 35, that is equals to minus 28. So option D is the correct answer. So yeah, this was it for today, and keep practicing questions and always try to do the shortest method, because you have less number of time and you have to do a lot of questions in WebG. So speed is the main key to success. Okay, and stay happy and healthy and safe.